It's like, what were you doing with my drapes? The drapes that were hanging in the apartment. I never got the answer to that.
Hi, I'm Carmen Zelaya, VP of Operations with Sky Properties, and today we're going to talk a little bit about current state of evictions. As most of us know, the eviction moratorium is now in phase 2, which means there's still a big group of people that are protected from eviction. Pretty much if your tenant has applied for rent relief, anytime before the end of March, they could have gotten an extension on that and they're still protected. If they have an active rent relief application and you go to court with them, the judge will tell you, you're still, en route to get your money. Why are we here? And so just know that it's easier said than done. People can say, hey, now you can evict. As of October, 2021, a lot of people are trying to evict. But if your tenant has an active rent relief application, it's not going to happen. We've also seen tenants filing nonstop ex partes to get the eviction extended. There's just a lot going on. The courts are a little bit of a hot mess right now. They're understaffed too. Just getting a judge to hear our case a few months ago, it took a very long time. We had an eviction that started in December and it just settled a couple of weeks ago. And that's not through any fault of the people working on it or the attorney. It's just the way the process is right now. And tenants are being afforded a lot of wiggle room, a lot of extra time to get their act together. And from a landlord's perspective, you're thinking, hey, it's been over 2 years, but unfortunately it's continuing. And I don't think it's that way for most of the country, but right now in LA, especially if you're in rent-controlled LA, you're gonna have a very difficult time evicting a tenant for non-payment. But if you are in that position where they don't have a rent relief application that's active, or you're actually monitoring it and you've seen that it's canceled or it's been discontinued for lack of the tenant uploading backup paperwork, then you can start an eviction, but also make sure that your ledgers are correct, that what you're asking for in money is the exact amount of rent that they owe with no other fees. And sometimes, that can be confusing. If a tenant's been there very many years, you have to make sure that there isn't a late fee in that ledger that accidentally got included, and now you've overstated the rent owed. It's gonna get thrown out. You're looking at several more weeks of delays. Make sure that your 3-day notice is written correctly. Have an attorney check it before you serve it, because they are throwing stuff out for the smallest little flaws. So if it's not all correct, you're gonna end up having to start all over. The sheriff's department is also very, very behind on lockouts. Lockouts used to take on average 2 weeks or up to a month from when you went to court. They're taking about 3 months now for the sheriff to actually show up and lock someone out. This situation is not in a good state. You have to be organized, you have to be patient, you have to find a good attorney to work with, and you have to be working with someone that's constantly checking the ever-changing laws. Things get extended all the time. This is just another reminder of why you need property management right now. A good property manager like Sky, you have to have someone that knows the law.